Today I'm gonna make this iconic Skyrim Guard Helmet out of EVA-foam. Let's just get right into it. For this build, I am gonna use a total of 3 different thicknesses of low density foam. Luckily, I wrote it down on the pattern which one should go where. Tool-wise, you're gonna need these 3 things: a sharp blade, a rotary tool, and a heat gun. When you make anything out of foam, these will show up every single time. The pattern I'm using in this build will be available for free on the CosplayShop.be website. I will link it in the description down below if you wanna go get it. And not only do we have a free pattern for this video, we will have a pattern for pretty much any upcoming video we will ever make. We even went back to some older videos and made patterns for that as well. So if you want to keep track of that, maybe subscribe or something. Not because I'm desperate, but also because I'm desperate. Anyway, you print out a pattern, trim the edges and tape it together. So I start off with the base of the dome, since that one will hold everything together. Don't forget that some of them need to be cut out twice, but flipped. To cut out the foam, I'm using a very sharp knife to avoid ugly seams. Also make sure to keep your knife straight when cutting out the foam, because if you don't, you'll have bevels and then it will be very awkward to glue together. However, some parts do need a bevel, like these pieces that connect to the top. I just use a rotary tool for this, and like this, the helmet will have more of an egg shape instead of being just round. Today I feel like using super glue. You just put the stuff on there and press it together. That's it. Super glue dries very fast, but if you want it to go even faster, you can just use this accelerator spray. Normally I always recommend using contact cement to get some flush seams, but in this build the seams will be hidden anyway, so I'm just gonna take a shortcut. Those 2 brow pieces in front are a little lower, but since it is both 10mm foam, I just shifted a bit manually to create some depth. This is something I will do a lot in this build. It sounds professional, but it really just means I eyeball it. A heat gun can also help shape the foam when completing the circle, because heating foam makes it flexible, and then when it cools down, it keeps its shape. But for this build, however, I didn't do that, for absolutely no reason. So yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Now that I have a frame, I cut out the panels to fill it up. You'll also see on the pattern that there are some bevels marked there, and I just add these again with a rotary tool. This will again make the whole thing look like an egg and not like a sphere. Once I have my bevels, I just need to glue them in there. And this part sucked, and I just ended up with 20 minutes of this. Alright, with that we have the base shape of the helmet, and to be honest, it turned out a little better than I expected. I am finding this out as I go. You already have the pattern that I made. Anyway, if you're making this yourself, I would recommend using contact cement and not super glue as I was doing, because the shapes are really annoying. It also doesn't help that there are no registration marks in there and that you have to eyeball it a little bit, but what can I say, it's a free pattern and I'm really not gonna add them, so. Next up, I'm adding the iconic front piece, which is pretty much a 5mm base with eye slits and some details on top of it. In almost every reference, the deeper parts have some funky texture going on, so I add these using a Dremel with a round bit before gluing the other parts on there. It's just gonna be easier like that. Next up, there are some flaps around the ears, and that's a pretty straightforward piece. There are some grooves in there, and to know where to put those, I just cut out a piece of the pattern and then just mark it. Then I just have to score some grooves in with a knife. Just make sure to not cut all the way through or you have separate pieces. You really want to just scar it. And then once I did that, I can heat it up using a heat gun and they will pop a lot more. And to attach these flaps, I will once again use super glue. The back piece consists of 2 pieces that I glued together. Because of the shapes, it will naturally curve outward. It has an ugly seam in the middle, but that really doesn't matter because I'm gonna cover those in scales. I'm not gonna cut out all those scales like a peasant, I'm gonna use the pre-cut ones from CosplayShop. I just start at the bottom and work my way up, attaching them with, yeah, say it with me, super glue. The helmet has a point on top as well. Now there are multiple ways to make this, and I chose to just completely sand a foam dowel. The only reason being for this, I didn't really feel like making a pattern for it. That's it. So after like 30 minutes of sanding, this is what I end up with. Now, is this the best way to do it? Probably not. Is it the easiest way? Also no. If you have a 3D printer or know someone with a 3D printer, that's what I would do. But I guess I just wanted to prove a point. Get it? You can just glue this on, but for stability reasons I poked in a little toothpick so that it's not just two flat surfaces. Alright, that's the base of the helmet, time for some details. Around the ears you can see some hinges. To fake those I am using some half-round dowels. I also make some cuts in it and then use the heat gun again to, give it a little screw vibe. Anyway, some other details I just cut out from the pattern, trace it on 2mm foam and then glue it on there. The helmet is also covered in rivets all over. To mimic this I cut off pieces of a dowel like a little salami and then attach them using super glue again. Some other details I applied by just cutting in some grooves again and then opening them with a heat gun. This is something that happens a lot when working with foam. Now, with the foam build completely done, I take my Dremel again and flatten the edges a little bit. You can of course add some damage too if you like. Since it's Skyrim, you can go pretty hard with this. I'm just gonna keep it pretty clean this time. Oh, and I also decided to add some chin straps. This is something I often do when making helmets. It just makes sure that the helmet stays on, but also that it follows my head movements. It's a nice thing to do. I highly recommend it. And with that, the foam build is finished and I have put some plastic on the table, which means it is time to paint. But of course, before I can paint, I need to prime the whole thing or the paint will look like absolute dog shit. And I'm gonna use the Cospaint Prime and Color Black. I apply it with a brush and then use a foam roller to get rid of the brush strokes. You'll see me do that almost every single time. For all 3 layers I used around half a bottle in total, by the way. Next up, I'm gonna use the metallic Cospaints. I love forged iron because it has an authentic look. I just put some on a brush, remove most of it again and then put it all over the helmet. I'm not sure if this is dry brushing or not. I think it's too much to be dry brushing, but let's call it dry brushing. For the brown parts I combined the brown and red Cospaint primer because the brown Cospaint in itself has a bit of a green undertone and I don't really want that in this case. But with that, the helmet has its base layer. I then use some pure silver and pearl white Cospaints to do some highlights and some Panther black for the grime. I'm keeping this paint job very basic, I know, but it's mostly about the pattern anyway. You can of course go all out if you like. As always, I finish off with some Lucas spray, satin in this case, so that it's a little more shiny. It seals the paint job, makes it pop a little more and it just protects it from the environment. Just make sure to not spray too much or it will look like plastic. I also added some see-through fabric in the eye slits in the very end. I just applied it with super glue again. It's on the inside of the helmet, doesn't have to be pretty. And with that, the helmet is completely done and I'm really happy with it. Not only because I think it looks good, because I do think it looks good, but also just because this is proof that my pattern works and that means you can use it as well. And if you decide to make it, hey, maybe tag us on Instagram or something. We always like to see what other people make, especially with our patterns. If you have any suggestions of what we can make next and pattern, let us know in the comments down below. I read everything. And that's it for me. I'm Skyshark and I will see you in the next one.